Supreme. She's got an ill download, right? So let's start from the concept of communication and the aspect when there were different languages within the same area or different levels of communication within one type of area. Like you had the royal communication, like you had the worker communication, and you had the peasant communication. So that means the royal can have communications without other people understanding, you know what I mean? Because it's just what they use as a tongue. So then everybody didn't know what was happening when it was happening. Like they would see things and they didn't know what it was that was happening. They like, yo, they only explaining that from the and I had to sit down and think about it. Like, yo, what's that forced energy that make people blurt out bull crap that's not real and they stand on it, right? So, you know, like the whole kangaroo, what water is, stuff like that. Like water is not water. The word water comes from the Brazilian tribe, some Brazilian tribe. It was Wata, W-A-T-A, and that means canoe, right? Doesn't mean water. So we thought it meant water. Or kangaroo. Kangaroo is the Aborigine word for I don't understand what you're saying, but when they seen that animal, that's what they named it, right? I'm trying to get the white build up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they named it, right? So they named it a kangaroo, but that means I don't know what you mean. So what is this forceful energy that pushes out a falsified understanding, and why is that even purposeful? It's like just things to think about. So I had to think about the way communication was at a different time, the attributes of it, why was it placed in certain ways, and then look at how reformalization took place. So we was reformed to speak, the whole world was reformed to speak a familiar language called English. So now if things happen on the universal level, knowing that you got a divine power within you, a spark, when that starts to grow innately off of whatever pressure you go through, you're going to speak that value off of the communication aspect that you know. Thus, given the understanding of what this truly, this probability is, and an understanding that we all can relate to, right? So would that be the deficit of the value of having the control over how you think? Because what you will speak will be more in a communicational aspect for everybody to have a clarity on universal principle. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just something to think about, but because I'm watching, I'm like, yo, is it just the fact because crossbred with the fact acceptance has to play a part even when you want to be deemed right for something new, like you need people to accept that as a value and we kumbaya and bond and say all this other bullshit. But then what in the reference aspect, you would have to deal with the decipher of universal probabilities before they were ever even deciphered and documented, right? So that means I'm intended for you to master it and then tell you like, yo, nah, you ain't got it, just to see how far you can go with what you know right now. And then when you go even farther by trying to prove to me you got something universal, now I see everything you got. Now I see the doorway, what I needed because I was always trapped here. I don't know. I'm just saying, yo, don't let me hold you. Well, I'm just trying to show you something. You already know the vibes, man. Naga.